On today's episode of EOS Tips, how do you let someone else vote for EOS block producers on your behalf? Say, for whatever reason, you don't have time to keep up with all the various block producers in EOS, and let's say, as a result of that, you have absolutely no idea who to vote for. Let's also say that you really do want your votes to count. So let's say you as a small token holder and those like you can assert a greater influence over who actually gets elected versus all of the huge whales that you see on this chart. Well, there is a feature in EOS that allows one account to delegate their vote to someone else. Basically make them a proxy so they can vote on your behalf. So in this video, that's the process I'm going to work through. So let's begin. I've actually set up an account for this very purpose. The most important part of all this is to select someone competent to give your voting power to. Right, this should be someone that you trust to stay up to date with what's going on in the EOS ecosystem and someone who will vote in your best interest. I'd appreciate if you gave me your vote, but this same process applies no matter what. The only thing you need to remember is that the person that you choose, they have to have registered as a proxy, otherwise it won't work. Registering as a proxy is actually something I'm going to do in this video to show you how to do it. So there's a few prerequisites, the software necessary to do what I'm about to show you. The first bit of software is Scatter. The link to that is in the video description. It's get-scatter.com. This is a simple plugin for your web browser, either Google Chrome or Firefox, that allows your browser to communicate with the EOS network. It works very much the same as MetaMask if you've ever used that. MetaMask is primarily for the Ethereum network. Scatter works with both Ethereum and EOS, so we're going to use it for EOS. So I'm not going to walk through the process of how to set up Scatter because I've already done that in another video of mine. Over on my Cryptoverse YouTube channel, there's this video called Step by Step How to Vote for EOS Block Producers, and basically the first half of that video is walking you through how to set up Scatter. So you can use that video to get to that point and then continue from here on for the rest of the process on how to delegate your vote to a proxy. So from this point on, I'm going to assume you've already done that, installed Scatter, got it set up, and got it unlocked. Because what we're going to do next is use this EOS Toolkit.io, which is where we're going to actually delegate our voting power to someone else. So if you've got Scatter unlocked, the very first thing you'll do is click this Attach an Account button, and then you click Connect an Account, and it will go and pop up a window like this. This is Scatter saying which of the accounts that you have set up within Scatter would you like to use. And I've got more than one set up, but I want to use this one, chrisjsconey. This is the account I've set up in order to vote on other people's behalf. It's my first name, Chris, my two middle initials, JS, and then Coney. So I click this identity and I click Accept. That will then attach that account to EOS Toolkit, so I can use that account through the toolkit. You'll see now that my account name is listed at the top, so that's the account that the EOS Toolkit is using, and now I can use all these fancy tools down the left-hand side. We're going to ignore all of them except for this one, Manage Voting. So in that little drawer, there's three options. One, if you want to vote, just cast your own votes, you just click on Vote. If you want to become a proxy, you use the second one, and if you want to set someone else as your proxy, use the third one. So this third one's probably the one you're going to do, but before that, I'm going to just go and click Become a Proxy. I can put my name in here as chrisjsconey. You flip the proxy switch setting to on, click Create Transaction. Scatter will then pop up with a transaction saying, do you want to use the, here it is, reg proxy, and you want to set it as 1, which is yes, and then you click Accept. Now that transaction fails in this case because I'm already registered as a proxy, and if I wanted to deregister myself as a proxy, I'd flip it off and then create that transaction as well. So I expected that to fail because I've already registered myself as a proxy. So that's what I do to become someone who can vote for you on your behalf. What you would do is you click Set Proxy, and what you do is in the first field here, you'd put the person you want to give your voting power to. So if you want to give your voting power to me, say, you would put my account name in here, in the first one, chrisjsconey in the proxy account name, and then you put your account name in the second field. So I can't actually show that process exactly right now because I'll be delegating my voting power to myself. But basically, whichever account appears up here in the top left-hand corner, that's your account name. You'd put that in the second field, and then that's the account giving its voting power and the one you put in this first field is the person who's getting your voting power, right? So once you've filled those two fields in, you click create, another one of those scatter transactions will come up, and you just click accept, and that's it. That's your voting power delegated to whoever you have specified. And you can verify that it's happened because you use that tool I just showed, which is eostracker.io. You type the account name in the box here, which is what I've done, and then it shows you exactly what the account is doing in terms of its configuration. Down the bottom, there's this area called Actions Sent, and it lists all the things that that account has done. And in my case, you can see me testing the process of registering as a proxy, then deregistering, then registering again, just to make sure that it works. And the most recent one was me registering again, so that anyone who watches this video who wants to delegate their voting power to me can do so. So that should work just fine and dandy. So now you know how to register as a proxy, and you know how to set a proxy. So that's the main thing I wanted to cover today. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. If you want to follow my future EOS tip videos, click subscribe. And also, if you want to support the channel, then you can actually send me some EOS as a tip. And you can do that to the chrisjsconey account, which is always listed in the video description. Here's a previous video that I put out. It's an interview with a block producer. And just make sure that you are sending the tips to the right account, which is listed right here, chrisjsconey. Alrighty. So just subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment. Also, if you want to request an EOS video, just post it in the comments for this video and I will pick it up. But that is all for this video. So until next time, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.